All right, I think I got this working this time. That went a lot smoother than last time. Hey everyone, hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Hopefully, um, y'all can hear me. I realized that when I was interviewing Colin last week that I didn't have a my mic plugged in, so it's probably why it sounded so terrible. But here I am. Um, I'm excited to dive into this film session. What's up, everybody? We're going to dive into a couple different prospects. I'm going to try and keep up with the comments while we're taking a look at film together. And yeah, I'm pumped about this. Now, I'm really excited to focus in on these JUCO players because I feel like they really hold, or they really symbolize in a sense what like this whole CU thing is all about, where these guys have been overlooked throughout their careers and now they're having a chance to go and play for Coach Prime, go and play for another big time program and really show out. And I'm glad that we're bringing in JUCO guys to this team because, again, that's the whole identity of this team right now. I will say that, hey, we're cast-offs, or we weren't wanted by our original programs, or the programs that I wanted to be at overlooked me and didn't offer me. And now we have a collective of 85 guys, about maybe a fifth or so is coming back from last year's team. And of course, no one really thought that those players would be able to do much of anything after coming off a 1-11 season. So I would like to see some more JUCO players added to this team. And we have tight end Dallen Bentley that has been offered by Tim Brewster and the Colorado Buffaloes, as well as defensive back Demetrius Freeney, who is coming on a visit here shortly. He's from a junior college, San Mateo. I think that's out in California. But before I get started, be sure to hit that like. That's going to help spread this to other Buffs fans. And I wanted to clarify something very quickly, because there was a little bit of debate going on in the comment section with my last live stream when I'm talking about the bugs, when I'm talking about the weather, all of that. So I don't want to mislead anyone. There are mosquitoes here in Colorado, especially like if it rains or something like that, they might be out. But there's not a lot. Like I'm talking about, I can count on my hand at least how many times when I've realized that I've been bit by a mosquito in like a foresty area or something like that. It is very little. We're not spraying for mosquitoes or anything like that. Again, I've never seen a cockroach. We don't have June bugs here. It's not like we don't have bugs in general, but I just wanted to clarify that very quickly. You're not going to deal with bug bites like you are in some of those humid areas, or even like I was dealing with in West Texas. Still getting a lot of mosquitoes out there. So Nesimo, Shell C, Grizz, what's going on, everybody? I do need a moderator. Man. But let's go ahead and get into this. Let's focus on the content at hand. Demetrius Freeney. Let's go ahead and start with him. 6'1", depending on what site you look at, cornerback. Now, 24/7 did say that he was eligible for next year, but in his bio and 24/7's post that they sent out, they said class of 23. So I'd assume that he's a guy that can come over here and play initially. And let's go ahead and look at this together. I haven't had the chance to yet, so we'll see how all this goes. And hopefully it will load. Wouldn't that be something? I guess we'll get through the ads here. Now, a couple other pieces of news that I haven't really highlighted on. It looks like CU has offered a 2025 quarterback from Louisiana. I think his last name's Buchanan or something like that. Azulis, what's up, man? Yes, I did want to clean that up. I don't want to mislead people, but I don't even think about the bugs out here, which is so much different compared to where I last lived. So hopefully we can get through this Spider-Man ad and just get with it. How's everybody else doing today? Yeah, Grizz. Coach Prime is definitely bringing in the hungry guys. Oh, I realized that I wasn't screen sharing. Should probably do that. Let's go ahead, share screen. And we'll take a look right here. Okay. All right, we'll take a look at these true freshman highlights. Demetrius Freeney Jr. I think he's number 23. So let's see what we got here. Down there at the bottom. Ooh, you like to see him reading the quarterback's eyes like that. And probably the first thing that pops off of here is just what I'm noticing is his speed. And he falls in line with, again, what Coach Prime is going after. Guys who are long, rangy, tall corners that also have speed and ball skills. That was a real nice job to push that wide receiver out of bounds, just completely out of the play. And here you like to see him with that open field tackle right there. And that must have been a big play at the end of the game or something like that. You got the whole team celebrating. Ooh, here's kind of like more of a safety look, I guess. Yeah, playing him off the slot a little bit. And then, yeah, I like, okay, number 11 here. He's a bigger guy, but playing press on him. And yeah, solid coverage right there. Zulus, yeah, I live Westminster Boulder area, or Westminster Broomfield area. So I'm close reach within campus and downtown Denver as well. So it's a pretty good spot. I like being out here. Ooh, now that was a really that was a really nice play to kind of cut that route off. Let me go ahead and rewind. We can take a look at that again. But I love how he just cuts in front of this route. He's able to get ahead of it early on compared to the wide receiver there. Then let's take a look at some more press coverage. Real solid, real physical, uses his hands a lot. You like to see that. Again, this guy that he's going up against is a little bit bigger. And again, keeps his eyes on the quarterback right there and is able to hold his ground. But man, I do think he would be an exciting add into this defensive back room. Again, you love the hunger that JUCO guys bring. Oh man, look at that hand placement right there to break that up. And I really like the fact that you see Freeney playing a lot of press coverage. You can't be scared to play press coverage. Like, you got to be a dog, And I think the more JUCO guys that have an edge, that bring a chip on their shoulder, that we have on this team, the better. Let's see a little bit of special teams action because, of course, oh my gosh, he drove that guy completely out of bounds. Let me take another look right there of that one. Yeah, up top here. And just completely drives that guy into the track. You love to see that sort of tenacity on special teams. Yeah, and some nice hands too. So I know that some of the other schools that have offered him, I think there were 4 schools off the top of my head I can name: Colorado, San Diego State, and Louisville. I can't remember the last one. So yeah. Oh, you're in Aurora. That's awesome. Not too far away. That's great. Yeah, but I've always lived out of this area. Even when I came to school here, because I was like commuting and all that. But yeah, it's nice. Let me stop sharing for a minute so I can bring up this other prospect, and then we can get to chatting really quick. Let's see. Now, this one I'm really interested in. Dallen Bentley, again, you know, if you've been following this channel, like I'm a big Connor Gilbreath fan, like 6'6", 270 pounds tight end, you know, but it's looking like he might want to transition to offensive tackle here at some point. And I mean, he's got a lot of offers. He's got a handful of SEC offers. He's gotten some more offers here in the Pac-12. We'll see. Zion, thank you for chiming in with that. His official visits are CU, Houston, OU, and Louisville. Oh, yes. Or maybe I got them confused. For Demetrius Freeney. Yes, you're correct. Louisville and San Diego State have also offered Dallen Bentley. Thank you for that. I got those two jumbled up. But what Dallen Bentley presents is maybe a little bit more well-rounded of a tight end compared to Gilbreath. Again, Gilbreath didn't have any targets in his year at JUCO. I think he still has potential to develop into a receiver because of his athleticism. But Dallen Bentley, 8 catches this year in JUCO, 114 yards and a couple touchdowns. So, yeah, exactly, Michael. He might come and be like, you know, hell with the other schools, you know, let's be here at CU. So let's take a look at Dallen Bentley. Again, with Sean Lewis, you got to be a primary blocking tight end first if anything else is going to develop. So let's see here. Y'all can see my screen. And let's take a look at Dallen Bentley. All right, this looks like a little maybe 7-on-7 work. You see he's able to get downfield. Again, you like to see that yak ability with fighting for every extra yard. Again, being able to do that off balance, falling to the ground. You like to see that sort of athleticism. Again, showing some receiving chops. That's a pretty difficult catch to make downfield over your shoulder. But let's take a look at some of his blocking as well. That's going to be important. Oh, here's another red zone threat. All right. Take a look at some of this blocking here. Man, he's got big, strong legs, so you love to see that. Lining him up out wide a little bit. And, yeah, that's a real nice pitch and catch. And a little bit on Sean Lewis's offense, I know that everybody knows by now that they don't throw the tight end. And one criticism that I have, though, is like, based on your personnel, shouldn't your system continue to evolve? Like, again, I would hope that if we're bringing in a guy such as Dallen Bentley, like, you want to get this guy mismatched, you know, on some linebackers. You know, you want to use him like every now and then to get downfield to keep the defense honest. This is a guy that, I think you can see he's got great athletic tools. He's got hands. And again, primarily used as a blocker here at Snow College in Utah. And you look, I love the way that he drives that edge off of his line, off the snap. And then again, you can spread him out in the slot, put him out wide a little bit, see what he can do. He's going to be tough to bring down. So I like seeing some of this 7-on-7 work. You know, it shows that there's the capability, although it didn't really show up on the stat sheet. It shows that there is a capability for him to be more than just maybe what you would call a one-dimensional blocker. All right, let's see what the fellas are saying about Dallen Bentley. Oh, man, what's going on? Rev BJ Nelson, good to see you. Oh, Nesimos, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they might have some guys that play dual as tight end as well. Yes, another guy that I would like to see get some time at tight end. Again, you like to see him see off that edge right there to open up that hole. But that is that's Savell Smalls. Like, he's another guy that I really think would do very well at the tight end position. Again, I think that it seems like primarily he's going to come in and try to recapture some of that magic at edge that made him such a highly rated recruit as a senior in high school or junior and senior in high school. But I mean, I would like to see him line up at tight end as well, just because, I mean, compared to Gilbreath and Bentley, with what we're looking at here, I mean, I think he provides more athleticism than either of them. And I think usually the best athletes make the best tight ends. Not to say that these guys aren't athletes, but they can, you want to have some speed with your tight end too, you know? So Michael Braswell says CU has an advantage over other schools because Coach Prime has scholarships to give out. The other schools might just bring them on as walk-ons. Yeah, that's a great point. I'll pin that. I like using this feature. That's a great point. We still have, I think, about 8 scholarships open right now. Maybe it's 7 if you're counting Shiloh. But again, we have these graduate camps coming up soon, which is going to be very, very competitive, very important. There's a running back. What's his name? Olivier. He's a JUCO running back from Wisconsin, and he has started to document like his vlogging and stuff like that on his journey to wanting to hopefully securing a scholarship at one of these camps as coming into the running back room as a scholarship running back. And what's up, Lean German? Good to see you. Yeah, Shiloh. I love Shiloh so much, but there's going to be a lot of competition with these 200 plus or so JUCO graduate transfers coming in, competing for this spot. And again, what I love about Prime is that he is a marketing mastermind. This guy has stuff planned out throughout the whole offseason to make sure that Colorado is being talked about and discussed every week, which, I mean, the football offseasons, they're long, and this is very impressive to do. Yeah, let's go ahead and field some more questions or thoughts. Would love to still talk with you here for about 10, 15 minutes or so. Let's see here. They have 7 scholarships left, Zion. Thank you for that. Let's see. Lean German is saying Dion Campbell. Is that the name of the running back? Yeah, but I think it's just 7 with Shiloh, if you include Shiloh. So let's go ahead and take a look, though, at this Deontay Campbell. Let me pull it up here. We'll see what we can find. Burleson, Texas, class of 2021. Coach Prime, I got to put you in timeout, brother. Trolling a little too much, my guy. Yeah, let's see. No, this isn't the right. This isn't the right one. Let me take a look. What school did Deontay go to? Hey, Gearhead, what's going on? Says some of the best run blocking tight ends are average at best in the passing game, and you're right about that. And I think, with the other weapons that we have, especially with some of the bigger weapons, now we got some bigger 6'4" wide receivers coming in here, which is great. There's not necessarily a need to where we need to have like an all-world tight end that's an amazing blocker as well as, a primary receiving target. Dude, Troy, man, Hey, if you're gonna just upset people, I can't let that have that. You're welcome to come in and watch and hang out, but we just can't have you talking crap the whole time. Like that's not cool. So I'm putting you in timeout for today, brother. Yeah, Deontay Campbell. You guys were telling me to take a look at him. Let's see here. But I'm trying to find what school he was at. Cheryl C., you might be talking about Octavius Cherry. He's another JUCO running back documented on YouTube. Yes, Octavius Cherry. I was taking a little bit of a look um, at his tape earlier today, and yeah, he's got pretty good vision. Let's see. I'm trying to find some footage of this guy. Deontay Campbell is huddle. Coach G. Graham, way to go, David. I'm trying, man. Um, well, yeah, if y'all can give me some more info on him, like, would love to take a look at that. But let's take a look at Octavius Cherry. Let's do that. So I'll go ahead and pull this up right now. If Google can link me to his JUCO huddle. This is always the toughest stuff. Okay, here I'm on his Twitter. I'll find it now. We'll go ahead and take a look at Cherry. There's also another video that I'm wanting to do here soon on, oh, here it is, on Coach Darren Chavarini. He was an assistant coach for CU for pretty much his whole coaching career, played here at CU in the 90s. He was let go a couple of years ago and assistant for UCLA the past season, and now he's head coach of a JUCO. And what I really appreciated about Coach Chev was that when Mel Tucker left after a really big signing day in 2021, he deserves a lot of credit because he kept the whole recruiting class intact, coming in here to play for Carl Durrell, who didn't recruit him, didn't know him, nothing. And we owe him a lot of credit, man, because he really loves this university. His daughter just graduated from this university, and I mean, he's a Buff at heart. So he deserves a lot of credit for some unsung things like that, like keeping the team together when there was a bunch of dysfunction going on. All right, so I did find Octavius Cherry, so let's take a look at that. Oh, Buffed Up TV did a video on Deontay. I'll have to check that out then. But let's go ahead and look at this. All right. All right. He's a running back, but split out wide here. Or not. I guess he was a running back. They just highlighted the wrong player. But man, that was a nice little cut. Nice to break the tackle for that big touchdown run. All right, we'll see some special teams action here. Again, like I love saying, you got to be special to play special teams. And we're getting a little reverse action here. Oh, I thought he lost the ball there, but that must have just been a towel. And again, he's able to outrun everyone. He looks a little small. Yeah, I wonder how tall and how much he weighs. Maybe y'all can tell me that in the chat. Nice little cut there outside. And again, he's pretty much able to, oh man. Oh yeah, he was able to get past that goal line with no contact till the end. So then here we get a little bit of pistol action. Nice little cut there. Good vision through the hole. Oh, and a nice juke there. and he's just able to outrun all these guys. And of course, you like to see the celebration at the end. All right, let's see some more special teams action here. Again, real good vision to see that whole thing opening up, and it's too bad he couldn't keep his foot in bounds, because that should have been a touchdown run. But yeah, either that quarterback is insanely tall, or he might just be a little bit undersized. But dang, he's got some speed to him. He's got some speed, but I would say that he's a little bit more. I like his quickness. I like those small little moves he does as he's going through the hole or to avoid tacklers. Like, I think he's got really good quickness. You know what y'all think? What's up, Seize the Day? Zion, CU doesn't need another small frame running back. Dylan Edwards is more than enough. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Do y'all know what Dylan Edwards' size is? I can't remember off the top of my head. Neither can I say with Anthony Hankerson, but I think he's a little bit bigger than Dylan Edwards, if my memory serves me correct. And then, I mean, he's a little slippery. And he's doing all this in the rain, it looks like. Nice to see that, Hands. Shale C says if they're going to bring in another running back, it should be Wilkerson. Are you talking about, is it pronounced Savin Wilkinson or Syvin Wilkerson from Jackson State? I mean, that guy's a little bowling ball. I really like him. That would be great if he transferred over here. But I mean, I think that he could be a starting running back on a handful of Power 5 teams. E for Eddie, he's 4'4". Dylan Edwards is 5'7", 165, but he should be bigger now. Yeah, especially spending a semester at college in that weight program. He should be closer to 170, 175 pounds, at least by the time the season starts. Savion Wilkerson, thank you. Thank you for that, Cheryl C. Yeah, but this is going to be exciting to see how this camp turns out. He's 5'10", Michael. Thank you for letting me know. So he's a little bit taller than Dylan Edwards. I guess that quarterback is just insanely tall. That's just what it must be. That's like making me feel like, what is going on here? Yeah, because if he's taller than Dylan Edwards, that's real interesting. I mean, 5'10" is a good running back size. And then you like to see some tackling ability right here. Okay. Gearhead says no need for Wilkerson. They run a single back offense and have 4 good runners already. I would agree with that. Well, I mean, we got 5 right now with Offerdahl, correct? Offerdahl, Hankerson, Dylan Edwards, Cavassier, and of course McCaskill, who I think will be the primary back this year. I cut up like a Charlie Offerdahl highlight tape like a couple months ago, but I haven't finished it. So if you guys want me to put that out, I can. I just haven't really come back to it. Hey, John Birch, what's going on? Thanks everybody for tuning in, especially on a Friday. I thought that I would just do this, getting off work, and wanted to celebrate the weekend here real quick and take a look at some of these prospects. I wanted to try this new format to see how well some of this live streaming goes. Again, my commentary when I'm taking a look at film and I put in like videos that I post, usually I'm spending a lot longer of a time looking at it compared to just looking at it live and commenting on it. But I appreciate you joining me for this experiment. But yeah, he would be this guy would be pretty interesting. Having here to see if he can, do a little bit of returning. But again, we already have so many returners. But for his sake, man, I'm hoping that he can really show out at this camp. And one question that maybe some of y'all can answer for me that have been involved in high school, JUCO, college sports, will these camps be like 80% like contact, or like, I'm sure it's not going to be full contact, but more contact than what we saw in the spring game, you think? I'm curious about that. Charlie offered all Champion Johnson. Oh, yes, that's right. We have Champion Johnson witness. Thank you for that, because, yeah, he can do a little bit of everything. Play running back, play fullback, play tight end, all that. Okay, yeah, Rev. I'll put out that highlight video. I gotta go back and find my cut ups. But I think overall, like, this guy's got a nice little burst. It's hard for me to judge like what his speed is compared to some of these other players that we brought in, because I know absolutely nothing about the level of JUCO football in Wisconsin. But I mean, at least on here, he's got speed, and I'm happy that he's been invited to this camp. All right. Well, I guess I can go here for a few more minutes. We'll take a look. Well, I guess we can finish up this video too and just take a look at it. Oh, see, and running through some contact again for a smaller guy. So you love to see that. Yeah, I'm real curious to know his weight, because he seems a little thin, but at the same time, it looks like these pads that these teams have on are just huge. So it's really hard to judge the size of these guys. Almost similar to what was going on, with all of our spring practices. We're putting them in, starter practice jerseys from like 20 years ago that are like oversized. But I kind of like that style. I mean, he doesn't seem afraid of contact either. So, yeah. Lean German says, in well-off, coach wasn't happy with the contact in the one-on-one drills. Can you explain that a little bit more, Lean German? Like, happy that there wasn't enough, or not enough, or there wasn't enough, or there was too much? And then Cheryl C says, I remember that one. I was wondering who he hit. Was it MLC? Oh, you're talking about Cam's hit on MLC? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. I asked if they would be physical. Yeah, these camps. We'll just have to see. All right. Well, I got a few more minutes for questions. Anything to do with recruiting, anything to do with Colorado, living here, anything to do with any other CU news this week. Let's get a couple questions in, and then gonna go take care of some pork that I've been slow cooking all day. So gonna make some tacos here tonight for Friday night, which I'm excited about. Steaks turned out okay, by the way. One other thing that does come to mind is this issue with Nebraska fans already buying up, allegedly, all of the Colorado tickets for the game here on September 9th. Season ticket holders putting their extra tickets up for sale. And that's really unfortunate, because, again, as somebody who tried to get on the season ticket list this past year, it sucks. I'm given priority to buy single game tickets on Monday, and we'll see how that goes. But they're not allowing single game ticket purchases on Monday for Nebraska, because I guess they did a special promotion where they allowed season ticket holders to purchase extra amounts of tickets for Nebraska. And you see that they're already showing up on SeatGeek for like $500-600 at the cheapest. I think the last time I looked at, it was at that range, which is just really unfortunate. I know that the Denver Broncos, with their season ticket holders, this was before the Walmart family took over last year, when they had the trust running it the last 10 years. But during some of our down years over the last decade, they've penalized season ticket holders for selling their tickets to some extent. So that's pretty interesting. And I would hope that CU can learn from this in the future. Again, I don't even think that we have another home and home with Nebraska scheduled for the next 10 years. I was looking at that a little while ago, and I don't think we do. I know we have some other home and home scheduled with Colorado State throughout the next decade, but I think this is probably going to be our last matchup with Nebraska for quite a while, if I can remember correctly, at CU rather. So we have this home and home this year, and then next year in 24. And then after that, I don't think it continues right now into the future. So, that's something that kind of ticks me off. I wish that some of the season ticket holders, if they were to sell, and I've seen this on Twitter, want to sell directly to other Buffs fans, because at that game in 2018, when they came into town, I mean, that was embarrassing. There was more red in the crowd than black and gold. And I know that we haven't had a lot to cheer about, but neither has Nebraska really the last 20 years as well. And it's pretty upsetting to see them come in here and have filled up Folsom the way that they did. But again, at the same time, you got to understand, like, them coming out here is like a total vacation for them, living in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's not a coincidence why coming out here is such a big deal, and it's so much fun for them. Because, you're living in the middle of the country where there's nothing going on, and out here it's beautiful and there's a lot to do. And yeah, Eddie, they paid a lot of money to watch their team lose. Yes. But it would be embarrassing if it feels like a home game for the Cornhusker teams this year. So hopefully this year that isn't the case. I would urge any season ticket holder that is currently selling extra tickets on SeatGeek or other secondary marketplaces to take them down and reach out to direct Buff fans here on YouTube, here on Twitter. I'm looking to buy some tickets to Nebraska. I haven't secured those. I think like right now, I'm going to be hoping to buy some tickets for the USC game and possibly another home game, just depending on what I can afford. But they're going to be expensive this year on the secondary ticket market. They're going to be up there with Broncos tickets, and I would say that CU is going to be much more exciting than the Broncos this year. Coach G. Graham, we need to be aggressive. CU, absolutely. And hopefully we decide to do a theme, whether it's a whiteout or a blackout. I would love, like we did that for a lot of our night games when I was in school at CU. And I would hope that that is something that is continued. So, all right. Well, I think I'm going to get to dinner. Thank you for joining me on this live stream and trying to do this a little bit more to develop these talking skills live in front of y'all, where I can just kind of ad lib, where I don't have to cut it up as much. And but I appreciate, man, all y'all joining me. So I appreciate it, y'all. Take it easy and Sko Buffs.